Good news, y'all. We made it through the bye week unscathed, and Big Ten football is somehow still standing, despite most of the paneling sustaining heavy water damage and a good portion of the foundation being eaten away by termites. Before we go too much into football for this week, it only seems right that we quite literally dive into something else first. So let's start with S for swimming and diving and swimming and diving and swimming and... Yeah, the Husker swimming and diving team came up big in their home opener after struggling last weekend in Iowa City and bounced back to beat Nebraska-Omaha. The Huskers topped the Mavericks 187-107 and had 3 swimmers with multiple victories in their events. The Huskers' next meet will be in Ames, which is appropriate since their big claim to fame is apparently having clean water, so that should be nice for all parties involved. Up next is P for preseason hype. Both the men's and women's basketball team went back to practicing this week in preparation for the upcoming season. Both teams are receiving a lot of attention in the media as of late, and while that might be pretty run-of-the-mill for the women's team, this is fairly new ground for the men's squad. Tim Miles is a pretty hard guy to pin down, since when he's not at practice, he's apparently at the local Twin Peaks restaurant taking photos with the servers. Don't get me wrong, it's totally cool if Tim Miles is a Twin Peaks guy. He just struck me as more of an Applebee's man, or runs there, Denny's at like 3 a.m. But of course, a lot of us are looking towards this weekend and the return of Husker football from the bye week. Y'all that at least pay a little bit of attention to the Big Ten head coach teleconference, I'd implore you to just listen in for a bit some Tuesday. I can't guarantee you'll necessarily learn a lot about teams, but it will be at the very least slightly entertaining. For example, when asked about his first impression of Rutgers as a team, Ohio State coach Urban Meyer responded with, quote, "They have a really good punt block team." You'll also get to hear reporters trying to stir up controversy, like bringing up the infamous Clapgate to Bo this last Tuesday, despite the game being 2 weeks ago, which Bo replied with, quote, "I've moved past that, I can tell you this, we didn't lose the football game because of any clap," end quote. It's nice that we managed to keep the one Pelini brother around who doesn't make you think the worst when he mentions anything involving clap. Finally, we have B for battle for NU. Apparently, despite this being the 4th season in a row, folks are just now getting all twisted up over the thought that both Nebraska and Northwestern have laid claim to that title. Despite both teams having separate abbreviations other than NU, and Nebraska not having really used the NU moniker since 1994 when it joined the Big 12. My main question is, why are we bringing this up now? Nebraska's played Northwestern each of the past 3 seasons, and this whole concept never seemed like a big deal until now. This game even matters to some degree this year, as both teams are fighting for a top spot in the Big Ten's West Division and a potential conference championship berth. I get that you're searching for a narrative, but come on. The last 3 years between these two teams has seen each game be decided by 3 points or less, a successful Hail Mary attempt, and Nebraska selling out Northwestern Stadium. But if you're really that hungry for a narrative, I guess just add it to the pile. That's it for this week. Be sure to follow us on Twitter @CornFedSports and @CornFedLive for more updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.